but if not, if I can't hear you, or I'm sorry, if you can't see me, I'm sorry that I am still on by the phone and I can see all of you guys. So I'm going to jump right into this call. And because at 7 o'clock in an hour, my family and I get to go watch a donkey basketball tournament. So in case you were wondering just how hick we were, that's what we do for fun now. So I think the kids are going to be really excited. I grew up going to donkey basketball games, so they're pretty entertaining. If you're an animal lover, don't worry, donkeys don't get hurt. So I just want to talk to you guys about being a leader for a little bit. And the reason why, I guess, is because I have this very strong, I'm sorry, I'm computer illiterate. I'm trying to figure this out at the same time that I'm talking, and it's just not working for me. I have this really strong sense that everybody on this team is already a leader. And one of my responsibilities, I feel like, is to make sure you guys know that. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about leadership. And so I found this picture of this little kid dressed up like a superhero. And I feel like this is a really good description of me. I run around 98% of my life feeling still like I'm a child. I cannot believe that the nurses and doctors at the hospital ever sent me home with children. I think it was really irresponsible on their part. But as it turns out, I can handle it. And for the last 6 years, I've grown into the role as a mother, and it's become part of who I am. And that's how I feel you guys are, as we all are, as leaders. It's something that is internally within us, and it's something that if you embrace it, you can let it out and show it to the world. And so I think the most important thing is to understand what a leader is and what a leader is not, so that you can start identifying yourself as one as soon as possible, so that you can be the kind of leader that you would follow. And the first thing I thought I would do is, instead of list off qualities of a good leader, I thought I would mention 3 people that are coaches who I believe are leaders. And the first one is my upline coach, Becca, who some of you guys had the pleasure to meet at our retreat in Portland. And I think what might surprise you is that Becca's a different person than what you see in her Facebook posts. But she's very real, she's to the point, and she works really hard. And those 3 qualities, I think, make her a leader. Steph Davies, she's very inspiring. She's also very real. And she's more than authentic and genuine in everything she does. And I think that makes her a really good leader. If you guys don't follow Brandy Botts, that's okay. I don't follow her as much as I follow Steph Davies, but Brandy Botts practically started all of this, and she is a leader in my opinion because she's very organized, she's focused, she's encouraging, and she's very consistent in everything she does. Those are 3 coaches that I think you guys should follow when you're on Facebook or social media, just as a way to find inspiration or motivation. And they all started from nothing, and they all found that magical piece within them that helped them get out of their own way and be the leader that was within them. And once they felt that and embraced it, they gave themselves a lot of self-love, and they consistently did the things that they knew they needed to do, and they became these leaders, very powerful women. Two people off the top of my head that are well-known leaders in the world, especially in our world. The first one, Carl Daikeler. In our world, I think that we all see him as a leader. But something you might not know about Carl Daikeler is, for the last 25 years, he's been in the infomercial business and multi-level marketing, and it took him 22 tries to sell P90X. They used to sell it for over $250, or it used to cost them over $250, and they were still only selling it for $120. But Carl had a really good idea, and he had a really good plan, and he had a vision. And while people were laughing at him, he kept trying and tweaking and making changes, and they hit a home run on their 20-second infomercial, and all of a sudden people like Jennifer Aniston and Sheryl Crow were using P90X. And believe it or not, Michelle Obama was actually doing a little bit of marketing for Beachbody, not on purpose, but because when people would ask her what she did to stay in shape, she did P90X. So Carl kept pushing. He kept carving away at his dreams, and he kept doing the work. And Carl's mission is a lot bigger than Shakeology and workout programs. And his mission is what drove him to keep going. And look what he's built. Someone who is much more well-known than Carl Daikeler is Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres is, you guys know who she is. You probably laugh at 4 o'clock every day with her. She is from a family of no one special from Louisiana. She was completely lost, and she started her career as a stand-up comedian in coffee house shops, basically. And what's amazing about Ellen's story is she's a huge role model in the gay and lesbian community. She is saving lives every chance she can by speaking out and being who she really is, because she believes that everybody should be treated equal. But she also shares another message, and that is that everybody deserves love for who they are. And she's created a huge platform, and in my opinion, it makes her a leader in the change of for the change of the world, basically, and how we treat each other, where our happiness comes from, and what all of these people have in common is they really just started out as who they were, with a mission that was bigger than them, and they believed in it so hard that they were willing to do the work and make a difference in the world. And I think that there's a lot of things that leaders have in common. Like, you'll see the quote that says every successful person gets up early, et cetera, et cetera. I see stuff like this all the time. But I think what's most important to realize is that there is no one way to be a leader. Because we are all unique in who we are, we get to speak to people who are unique like us, who we have similar interests in, commonalities. And what's great about this opportunity as a Beachbody coach is that you are already a leader. You are in a position of a leadership role where you get to go out there and effectively make a difference with the people that relate to you, that you can communicate with. If you're able to focus on what your team needs, if you're able to focus on what you have in common, the similar interests. You can build relationships and connections with people. If you have integrity, if you know how to inspire people, if you're supportive, if you're encouraging, if you're honest, if you set a good example, if you have a vision and you share that vision, if you recognize people when they do a good job or when they're celebrating something, any one of those characteristics means you're a leader. And I feel like I could call out everybody on this call. I'm not going to do that. And point something out about you that I know makes you a leader. I see it in your posts. I see it in your responses. I see it in the relationships that you have. I see it in the fact that you show up on here willing to learn and listen or be part of a team. And I think that the three most important things that a leader possesses is the ability to understand what humility means. And this is something that my husband and I talk a lot about because we have two little girls that we're trying to instill humility in. And that humility, if you're not familiar, and this is my perspective and how I like to talk to my kids, is humility means that you're not always going to be the best. And you're never going to be better than anybody else. But you still have value. You matter. You count. But you have to look at the world through the lens of knowing that there's going to be people out there, every single person you come in contact with, you're going to learn something from. So you're never better than anybody, but you are a very important value, because the same thing goes for anybody who meets you. That value that you have can change someone's life. And I will almost guarantee you that if you are in a challenge group and you have supported someone else in a challenge group, you have changed a life. So having humility is a really important thing as a leader. Resisting the hesitations based on hypothetical fear or what if. I think that makes a really important leader, or a really good leader. It's an important quality because if you are standing, well, let's just use my example from the other night. I came home from work at the school, and my husband, the dogs actually found a 5-foot rattlesnake outside my front door. Scared the piss out of me. I was shaking and crying, and I immediately thought, I don't think it's worth living out here to put my kids in danger of dying from getting bitten by a rattlesnake. The snake was coming up from where the play structure is, which is where my girls go all the time. And it was middle of the day. And so anyway, I honestly had the thought of like, well, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. This is not worth it. But, you know, that's fear. And so what I did was to face my fear is I put on my running shoes and I ran down our half-mile long dirt road, then ran along the highway where all of my neighbors told me that they see rattlesnakes all the time. And then I ran back down the half-mile dirt road. So 3.5 miles in rattlesnake country in just tennis shoes. And I think it was the adrenaline and the fear combined together that got me through it, because I wanted to cry and I didn't want to be there. But this is my home and this is where I'm meant to be. And if I let fear keep me from stepping off my front deck, I wouldn't have calmed down and I wouldn't have had this self-revelation of, you know, well, I moved into their country and there's better ways to deal with this than moving. And if they move, then the rattlesnake wins, and I'm not good at letting other people win. I have a really strong will. So anyway, you have to take those hypothetical fears off the table and let yourself be the leader that you feel inside you. You wouldn't have signed up as a coach and are trying to start a team if you didn't think you were a leader. And I feel like it's kind of like that freak flag scenario. You got to wave that if you're a freak, you got to wave your freak flag. If you're a leader, you need to step it up and wave your leader flag and not be afraid to shed the light on this role. And so I kind of I guess I didn't really have a very good ending to that, other than the fact that I started doing these Zooms with probably 2 other people, and tonight there's 13 people on. There's people in Kentucky, there's people in Oregon, there's people in California, Michigan, I'm pretty sure. And that says a lot. In my opinion, that says a lot to who you guys are, what you want. And I just need you guys to know that I believe in you, basically. And I'm here to support you. And I'm here to encourage you. And if you're letting fear get in your way, we need to have a serious one-on-one conversation, because I'll bet you I could convince you to get out of your own way. I posted a thing in this new coach focus group that I'm trying to put new coaches into that says, if you want to getting started right, call. I'm happy to set one up with you. And sometimes that's not learning the strategics of being a Beachbody coach. Sometimes that's just getting the energy and the encouragement and that momentum to get out of your own way. I see a lot of coaches that are not afraid to post on the team page, but aren't posting as much real stuff out into social media. And I can't encourage you more to do that. And that's where your growth is going to come from, like I said, not paying attention, resisting the hesitation to pay attention to what if fears. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that tonight. You guys are all leaders. You guys are all, you have a little inkling or you wouldn't be here. So I want you to embrace that, shed light on it, and then go out there and put it into the universe. So there's like a couple of things. I don't know if you guys can see me. I can see all you guys just fine, but if you guys have questions or if you want to talk about anything, we have like 10 minutes before it's been a half hour, which is awesome because I'd love it if you guys do have something to say. You can just unmute yourself or, oh, and Samantha, congratulations on Emerald, babe. That's awesome. You guys are all muted. There you are. Good job, babe. That's so exciting.
Yeah, and then I put my husband on the wrong leg, so I was with Coach Relations this morning, like, fix that. So I'm good now.
They've gotten really good at taking care of that right away, like same day. So that's stinking awesome. So did you put him on your strong leg? Not to get into that conversation, but did you put him on your strong leg?
Yes, that's where I tried to. But I was he was set up for him because the girl Jennifer that signed, she had told me earlier this week she was going to sign probably after she did the 21-day fix. And then she posted a picture of her second day workout and had a whole bunch of people asking her what she did. And she was like, I just need to sign now. So I'm like sitting next to her, signing her up on my phone, trying to change the leg from where I want him to go to where I want her to go. And it was just a whirlwind last night. So I forgot to change it back for him. And then I was like, oh
no. No worries. That's so awesome. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
I love all your posts. I saw your tutu and your fun run today. Looks like so much fun.
Yeah. Well, I've got some blue left on me in random places, but the rest of me is clean.
There's a few other things we should celebrate. I'm pretty sure that Emily Jones hit Success Club. She's a brand new coach and with 6 Success Club points. Laura is practically a Ruby if things just stay active, which is huge. Brianna made a really inspiring video the other day. I mean, you guys are leading the way. Like, I hope you recognize that, like all of you guys. So Kayla is on a Zoom meeting right now with us with a freaking migraine. That's dedication, yo. Like, I mean, this is so inspiring just to be a part of. Who else is something? Kim, want to add anything?
No.
Bring it.
No, I think I agree with you completely on all of it. Like, I think that too many of us I posted today about worrying about what other people think or the assumptions we're putting on people and on what they are going to think of what we're doing or whatever. And I had a couple of people just say, like, yeah, I always worry about like being perfect or doing it right. And like, we've got to just take that out of our vocabulary and out of our minds, because there's no right way to do anything, like, honestly. And if anyone's telling you there is, they're full of it. And so, like, I think that's, we've got to all see ourselves as leaders and go for it. And it's not going to be easy, but just do you. And, what you look like as a leader is not going to be the same as what I look like as a leader. And that's okay. And that means we'll reach different people. And that is awesome, because that means we're helping that many more people. And we're not wasting our energy on being Julie Campbell the leader. No, I'm spending my energy on being Kim Wells the leader. So I think that's something that we all have to. It's tough. I mean, especially with this, where we hear it's like this business of duplication, and we should just like that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like that we can interpret that incorrectly. And I think that's like, we've got the base, we've got the guts to work from, but we have to put our own spin on it, or else it's going to be exhausting, or it's going to just fail. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's huge to say that. Like that, a lot of this stuff, as far as like the information, it's already been done, sure, but if it doesn't reflect you, you need to change it, because it should. Like, absolutely should be a representation of what you want from your hard work as a coach. My goal is not to earn, I was just talking to someone about this earlier today, my goal is not to earn 6 figures. I have a different mind frame with this. I want to try and encourage and inspire as many people as I can. So I've been focusing on rank advancing, because I know that with rank advancing, I'm I'm building my platform on the different opportunities for me to speak to large groups of people. However, there's a lot of people who, and I'm going to side note, I also want the 6 figures. So don't get me wrong. I'm not ashamed at saying that. But that was never my focus. So I needed to learn I was way late in the game at learning how to strategize to be able to do both. But my point with that is, whatever it was that I wanted out of this, I made it my goal to focus on that and do it my way. And that's what you guys need to do. I know for a fact, like, I'm just going to say, like, Kim's team is here, and there's part of Sarah's team is here, and my team is here. And I know Kim and Sarah really well, and I know they won't mind that I speak for them when I say, we're not going to stop being there to support you. We're going to do as much as we can with the resources that we can, with the availability that we have, to be there for you, to encourage you and support you, and, give you a sounding board, or give you tools, or maybe teach you something, or for us to learn from you. We want to learn from you. I don't feel like I'm really good at articulating exactly what I want to say all the time, because I get too much in my head, and you guys are teaching me a lot about that. So, but that, that's kind of who we are. We're always going to be here for you, but we are going to support you doing this your way, the way that fits your needs for this opportunity. And keep in mind, you just have to be willing to trust that inkling that you are capable of being the leader that I know you've got to feel it inside you, or else why else would you be here? So you have to trust that and embrace it and get out there and go for it. So yeah, I'm glad that Kim said that, because you don't need to do stuff my way. Like, I've catered this to work for me on my goals, but your goals are very important, and you need to do this so that it follows those goals and those needs. So, yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Kim. I don't know. Kim Rusak, you're unmuted. I don't know if you have anything to say, babe.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I was just sad that you were unmuted, so I didn't know if you had anything to say or a question or.
No, I don't have anything.
Cool.
Sorry.
I'm glad you're here.
I'll mute myself.
Hi. Oh, no, it's okay. I just making sure. I don't know if anyone, Kim or Em, go for it.
Okay, it's super little, and it's more of like me in my own world, because I did my why and I redid my why and my mission statement today, and a couple things like in my head just won't go away. So I think I need to say them out loud, because they're never going to go away. But the reason I joined was it was for me. It was totally a selfish, like, I need to get my mind back on track. I need my community. I need something more for my brain. And like, I don't even know when I signed up, but I think I've been a coach for 3 months, 2 months?
Not even 3 months.
Okay.
But
and it's already changed, because I've already reached so many people that have been messaging me saying, like, oh my God, I needed this, or, oh my gosh, like, you have no idea where this has gotten me. I have a girl who, Julie, I was talking to you about it, but she's in Germany. She's a nanny in Germany and living someone else's life, taking care of their kids 24/7. And all she wants to do is get married and have babies. And she's taking care of someone else's kids. And so she's like, I need something else for my mind, and I have to do something else for me. And that's what the challenge groups have like gotten her to see. And she was like at a point of kind of devastation. She didn't know what to do. And so my point is that it's bigger than me, and it's bigger than this little pod of awesome coaches that we have. Like, it's just a lot bigger, and that is growing. I'm trying to grow my leadership skills with that set, because it's bigger than me.
yeah, absolutely. It's hard. I was talking to that exact topic. I don't even remember, maybe it was Nate, but we were talking about how it's hard to capture that essence or represent that essence of this opportunity in a post. Mm-hmm. Because that's like the most, I think, rewarding part of this opportunity. And it's so hard to share like an authentic post that represents that feeling or that value that we all feel from the community, and the fact that it is bigger than, health and fitness. And I cannot tell you like how many times I've heard that from someone who has said, wow, this is a whole lot more than mini workout challenges in a challenge group. And that's my mission, is how do I get that across? Because I was in the same boat as your friend in Germany, because I had no friends. I was living my life for Olivia. Nate was never there. He was at work. I had no friends close by, no family close by. I was completely lost. I didn't know who I was anymore. And I honestly had no idea what to expect. And I was afraid that I was going to seem like a salesman. And it was so inspiring to find out that that's not what it is. And that's why I'm still here. There are so many people out there. I feel like it just gives them that second chance to embrace who they really are and go for what they want in life rather than living a life for someone else or living up to standards that they didn't even put on themselves. They're just, it's part of society, it's part of the game, so that is so huge. That's a big part of my why too. And did you have something else, babe?
Yeah, well, just the point of like, I'm trying to figure out a way, and maybe I just say it this way, but to tell challengers, like, you can't build on a crumbling foundation. You have to have your foundation set and your mind right, and your, like, get yourself to here, and then you can build up. But there's a lot of people who were in one or two, like my first challenge group, and was like, I can't keep up, and I can't, like, it didn't work for me, and this and that.
Oh yeah.
And that's fine. It's not going to work for everyone. But that being said, like, they wanted like an instant result of something, and without putting in time or effort or whatever, like, you just can't build on a crumbling foundation. I think that goes for coaches and challengers and just life. But
yeah, that's life. Yeah, totally. Like, you can't, I think it was, Beth Chico said today, like, if you can't inspire yourself, you're not going to inspire anyone else. So you need to be able to motivate yourself to live the life that you deserve to live, that you created up in your own soul, that you feel like, I'm meant to live this life. You need to have the balls to live that life, or you're not going to inspire anyone else to do that. And that's the same thing that goes for being a leader. You can't be afraid of the title. What if Ellen DeGeneres was just like, I don't want to be judged anymore? I mean, she wouldn't be out there changing lives. Like, it's not like she went out there being like, that's basically how I wanted to end this, was by saying that leaders are just people who are willing to get out there and try to help other people create a better value for themselves in life. It is not someone that's better than anyone else. It's not someone who, has higher qualifications. It's just someone who is committed to that conviction that they feel in helping other people live a better life. And that obviously has to start with feeling like we're worth living a better life and having more out of our own life so that we can inspire other people to do the same thing. But that's all a leader is. It's just someone that's willing to get out there and inspire. I'm glad you shared that, Em, because I think that's really important to just, you can't sit there and wish and hope and complain and make excuses. You got to be willing to start and add value and build. So, no one else is unmuted. I don't know if anyone has anything else to say. Elizabeth, can you unmute yourself, babe?
Yeah, what's up?
I just had to tell you this, instead of keeping it to myself. I was talking to my husband about you, and I don't mean to embarrass you or put you on the spot, but I know you're a confident woman, so I know that this won't bother you. But I was talking to my husband the other day about you, and I feel like you have a very, like those one-liners that, like, could change the world. Like, just like off the top of my head, you could say something like, drink lemonade if you want to be a blonde. And it would be like this most super powerful, like, obviously what you say has a lot of meaning to it. And I decided that there's no reason why I need to tell my husband that and not you, because you have a lot of wisdom, and what you say is very like aha moment-ness. And so I want to see more of that from you in public, because I think that just like, it's very clear, to the point, it's very powerful, life-changing statements. And I don't know why I tell him and not you. So I'm
Well, I appreciate you saying it. I struggle with not wanting to preach on my page. Brianna and I are probably some of the older ones in the group, so you could say that, age and wisdom and all that jazz. And
Yeah. Well, preach, sister, because every time you do, I'm like, oh, that's a really simple way to think about that. And I think I've had like 3 to 5 little aha moments from you lately. So.
Well, I appreciate it. I'll keep putting stuff out there. I need to do some more videos, but every time I think I'll do one, my daughter decides to have a meltdown. So I need to find a good time for those.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, though. The kids can do that. It's real life. So my video.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times the words get lost online because no one can hear your inflection. And, we're not saying anything that's necessarily earth-shattering. My way of saying it may be different from somebody else's, but it doesn't mean it's anything new. And especially when I'm talking about something that's personal development, I'm regurgitating what I've just heard that morning and maybe adding what it means to me, which is still valuable, but I want to find a way that it doesn't get lost in the sea of status updates. And I tend to get wordy. Kim will be with me on that one. I don't censor myself. I just want to write and write and write. So I think videos is where I need to be focusing on so that people can know that I'm not just spouting dogma. I do believe what I'm saying. I desperately want to help other people. Yes, I want to help them to make some money, but I want to help them anyway.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Need to push more for some live stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I would love that. You would be really good at it. I'm telling you, I would sign up for that podcast.
I'll keep it in mind.
Awesome. Well, my girls I lost video feed. You guys probably noticed. And my girls are now on my toes about going to the donkey basketball game. So I'm going to sign out of here. And I hope you guys are glad that you joined us tonight. I'm really glad that you guys did. Thank you so much, Kim, for hosting again. You're amazing. And everybody just have a really good Thursday and a really great weekend. And it's still the end of April, so there's still time to reach goals if you have any. And if you have questions or need help or want to brainstorm, please reach out to me because that's why I'm here. I just want to help you guys. So, yeah, anyways, have a good night, guys. Oh, sorry for that.